this is what you get when you get a free boat. So what I have is a Colvic 26 Sailor. It's been sat here a while, but still has everything attached to it. So let's go around and give it a tour. So it's a bilge keeled boat. Don't know if you can see with the light. So it's a bilge keel. These keels are actually part of the hull, so there's no keel bolts to worry about. And they are pointed down a bit more, which does apparently affect the performance, but I'm more worried about stability. And where I am, it's a very muddy estuary, and all around here it's a lot better having a bilge keel. And I'm not too worried about performance. I'm more worried about stability and strength. But as you can see, it does look like it's been sanded down a little bit. I'm not sure. And you'll see why this is touching that in a second. Yeah, you don't get much with a free boat, but I've got more than what I bargained for. So going back, as you can see, this is awesome. So it's skate rudder, which I always say wrong. So what you've got here is it's not just hanging. I'm hoping you can move forward, but you've got protected rudder. So if you do hit anything when you're out sailing, you're less likely to have the rudder either get damaged or even worse, put a hole in the boat. So as you can see here, the gel coat is still solid, but it's got a lot of scratches here and there. But so far, I found nothing to worry about. There's going around the front here to the bow. On the other side, there is a spider cracking. I'll show you. So round the bow, around. See here we've got the bow where the anchors go down. We've got some spider cracking on the side here. So overall, the boat itself is very solid. And I'm not sure, like I say, I'm pretty sure this might have actually been sanded down a bit. Not 100% sure, but obviously needs a new bottom coat of some sort. And there is all the through holes to worry about. This, I think, is the depth sounder. Looking at the wires coming out of it from inside. But as you can see, down below, it could be worse. But don't expect to bring you out anti-fouling and nice shiny gel coat on a free boat. So now you've seen the bottom, let's go and have a look at the top of the boat. So here at the top of the boat, I was going to start at the bow. As you can see, all the anti-skid, I've seen better days, but got still the outline here. We've got furling front sail, which is really good. Obviously, as you can see, this boat has been sat for a while, so all the ropes, I think, to be honest, I wouldn't trust them. And there is a few leaking points on here. So for example, the chain locker, I have to pop in a bit so you can see. So as you can see, the water's pulling in the chain locker, which is more, I think, down to how the boat's angled on the stands. It's angling to the back a bit, but there is a few bits of damage to the chain locker hatch. Everything at the front here seems to be alright, everything's all buttoned down alright so far. Haven't seen anything wrong with that. There is some electrics, so for example you've got the lighting on the boat. Now you might see a bit of a difference in the gel coat, so I've actually doing this video a bit rough because I wanted to get a video initially before I carried on, to give you a real idea of what a free boat looks like, because I've already started cleaning all the way. It's not easy. I've spent 2 days cleaning one side of the boat, and as you can see it actually comes up quite nice, but you do get a lot of growth and mould and mildew and everything on boats when I've been sat, especially with all the pigeons around here. But as you can see, the state of the boat, most of that has actually come up quite clean. Now, as I was saying, this is leaking in a few places. This hatch was leaking. I haven't finished yet. This is actually not down. When I opened this up, the window actually came out and fell out. So obviously the ceiling has totally gone on that. But that's all been cleaned up and it literally looks new. Just need to reseal that down, and that's that leak taken care of. But let's have a look at what else we've got here. So we've got a couple of good vents that need a nice clean, but they all seem to be working good still. You have got some electrics, some's bundled up. So on this we have got, I can see with the sun shining in your eyes, I don't know if that'll come out in the video, but you have got wind direction and speed monitors up on the top there. But that's just, I think all that cabling is there. I'm not sure what those cables going through are yet. I'm still yet to decipher everything in this boat. It has got a full set of sails as well, this. Even extra ones for the front, which I think is why they have got this. My sailing terminology is rubbish, but is it a genoa pole, I think, or spreader, one of the two. So there is quite a few bits and bobs with this. What is good is all of these lines, the safety guard on the side here, all of these seem to be in good condition still. None of them are broken. They are dirty, they might need to be polished up, but I don't know about this. I haven't even looked at that yet. It does worry a bit being all the tape to see how rusted those are, but they all seem to be good. They all seem to be holding quite well. Again, you can see the rope, how deteriorated the rope is. But it's sort of expects that from something that's been set on the heart for so long. Now, there normally is top of the hatch, wood going over the top, and the panel at the back, which was there but was so deteriorated I took off. So that needs redoing. But there doesn't seem to be any water coming in, apart from water pooling a little bit. As I was saying, where this boat is leaning a bit to the stern, water has been pooling underneath there a little bit, and it's not been draining out the chain locker. So it's not so much of a issue with leaking parts, but more of a case of how it's sitting, which is a good and bad thing. It's bad that it's got water pooling and leaking a little, but it's good that it's not actually anything broken. So as you see here, the other side of the mast, and you've got the boom as well. Boom, actually, the joint on the boom seems to be quite solid. It's just everything seems to have, a lot of everything in here actually still works and moves how it should. It's just very dirty, and obviously, as I say, to give you an idea, this is what it looks like, quite cleaned up. Still haven't finished, I've still got a lot more cleaning to do. It did look like sort of get an idea of a boat sitting in a yard. But this is not easy. This is hand scrubbing with a hand brush for a good couple of days, and I've done it's actually getting really windy. But the other thing as well, all of this was blocked up, so you had water going in the boat, and this is where it gets more interesting. So let's go inside. Right, so free boat. With a free boat, so I just fly just flew up my nose there. You're very unlikely to get a free engine as well. They're one of the most expensive parts. Now this hasn't got an engine, and this is partly why it's sat here. It was meant to be here to have a new engine put in, which never happened, and then it just sat and sat. So as you can see, we're in a cockpit. Let's let it focus, but you can see they've cut access to, I suppose, get to the engine, and with the cockpit drains blocked up, you had a lot of water pooling down into here rather than being drained overboard. That's now not happening, but it's a bit late. So I've got no engine, all of the electrics, there's no batteries, or like the electrics I think are going to be completely shot, but you've got new engine mounts. I haven't got a clue where to start with the prop. Those through-hole fittings for the cockpit drains, I think those will probably have to be changed or serviced, one or two. It goes back quite far. There's quite a lot of space on such a small boat. The hand pump I actually managed to get working, and it works. So I managed to empty out this, which is why it's still got little water marks, and I think where it's just draining off a bit more. But sadly, yes, that is going to be a lot of work and a lot of new parts. Now I'd love to have, like Sailing and Uma, people I follow on YouTube, they never had an engine in theirs, or I think theirs didn't work, and they just put an electric one in. But I think that's way beyond what I can do so far. To be honest, I just want to get the boat dry to start off with. As you can see, Colvic 26 boats were manufactured by Colvic, the hull, and then they were fitted sometimes at home by DIY people. Just showing you an afterburst there. They're sometimes fitted out by people at home. Sometimes companies, there's even companies that had the hulls and fitted them out and sold them as their own boats, I do believe. From what I've read. This one, and there's the other afterburst. This one is actually got very nice woodwork on, teak trimmings, and even with all the water, a lot of it has survived, and some of it is very good condition. So looking around with a free boat that's been taking water on, you can see the water line there, which does concern me a little bit, but the actual main hull seems to be quite solid. But yeah, sorry, so a lot of the wood work, the trim's okay, but a lot of the actual panels seem to be completely ruined. And there is, I think it's definitely going to have to look at find the actual structural drawings of some sort to find out how or what walls in here support a lot of weight. I'm presuming these are bulkheads, I'm not sure. They seem to be glassed into the hull. So you've got this one on this side, and then the other side of the head you've got another panel. So I'm presuming they might be bulkheads, so I'm going to have to look at those and replacing those very carefully. But yes, this has leaked from windows, the forward hatch, and I think the chain locker and the cockpit which a lot of it has been solved, but I've got to take care of these windows, and there's 2 more windows at the front that need to be reseated. So as you can see, it's a lot of work with a free boat. It's true what I say when they say there's no such thing as a free boat, because obviously if you're getting a boat for free, you've got a lot of work to do to get it seaworthy again. But size wise, this is actually brilliant for someone on their own like me. I've got a nice sort of seated area, and cooking area. I can't really get zoomed out to give you a better view, but you might get an idea of the size of this. Now going forward, what I liked was, apart from the trunk in here, so you've got the head here. As you can see, there is light coming through from a hole there. And this is other windows which I'm going to have to double check on. But you've got a head, and then you've got a wet locker here. And as you can see, a lot of the panel wood does need replacing. And then we're going to the bow, and you can see the bottom of the chain locker here, where that's been running off. I believe where it's been filling up and not going through the drain hole at the front. You can just about see it, and then it's probably been going underneath as well. So there is sadly a lot of work that needs doing with a free boat, and as you can see, a lot of this wood has rotted, so it's going to be a lot of wood replacement. Again, the fiberglass all seems to be structurally okay. There seems to be no delamination, or there's no give in the fiberglass. It seems to be so solid. I say seem to be. Seem to find out. But let's give you a look around. So then looking off from the front here, and going back, and one thing that has confused me is with the bilges. I thought they were always connected, so you're pumping from one spot. But apparently in this one, they are separate, as you're not meant to get water in them anyway. But that is what you get when you get a free boat. So apologies for the raw footage, and hopefully you've managed to hear me most of the way through with the wind noise. And like I say, this will be raw footage. I don't have anything to edit on right now, but I wanted to get the very first video before I finish cleaning and start doing some more work on getting all the leaks sorted. My main priority is getting the leaks on the top taken care of, getting the top dry. So getting the leaks taken care of on the top. Where it's on the hard, I don't have to worry about the through-hole fittings yet. But once I've got all the top dry, hopefully I'll be able to dry the boat out, and then start from the bow and work my way forwards. I'd say backwards actually. It's tiller as well, so I never mentioned that. So tiller. You've got mainsail and the furling sail, or do you know it? Still got to learn all these. And these, I don't know how much useful these are, but these actually still work. One on the mast as well. But yeah, here we go. This is what you get when you get a free boat.